Now that is more like it for our Toronto Blue Jays in Game 2 this evening against the Boston Red Sox. They win 6-1 over the Sox at Fenway and improve now to 7-5 in the series and even up this series at 1 game apiece. And you got some great offense in the second inning, some clutch hits, some manufactured runs, some great starting pitching. Your bullpen was great, and you win the game 6-1. Beautiful stuff. Would have liked to see more offense, but hey, we'll take a 6-piece. And they just dominated Nick Pivetta in that second inning. He could not find his command, and the Jays weren't biting. What an incredible job by them tonight. We'll talk about this game right from the get-go. Bottom half of the first inning, the Jays do not score a single thing in the top half, and they come up, and they're crunching Jose Barrios early. He's at that early fastball, and they're hitting it hard. He finds a way, though, to limit the damage to just a J.D. Martinez single. Rafael Devers comes in to score, making it a 1-0 Red Sox lead. And that's all they do in the inning. And I'm like, man, that could have been a lot worse. But he limits the damage, just the 1 run allowed. And in the next half inning, in the top of the second, with Matt Chapman on, who hit a beautiful ringing single to right field, and stayed back on a pitch and just poked it in the right. He's been a lot better lately. It's really nice to see him coming into his own now with the Jays. And up comes Raimel Tapia. We talked about it in the trade when he came over to Toronto for Randall Grichuk, that this guy's ground ball rate is through the roof. But if he gets the ball in the air and on a line, some incredible things happen for Raimel Tapia. And he gets a hanging breaking ball from Nick Pivetta. And he belts it to right field, and it's way back. And if the question is, if it stays fair, it's gone. And it stays fair, and it's gone for Raimel Tapia. And the Blue Jays are in front 2-1. Raimel Tapia with his first home run as a Blue Jay, and the boys are in front 2-1. You get some offense. You're feeling good. Nick Pivetta then loses his location all over the place. Jays end up having the bases loaded with a Kevin Gausman little bloop single for his first hit of the season. Thank God for him. And the bases are loaded. Nobody out for George Springer. Basically top of the lineup. You got to find a way to do some damage here. And they do. And the great thing about George Springer, he's a vet. You know the offense is struggling. You need to find a way to get some runs across. He does not wait around. He goes up there and it's a first pitch to center field in the air and a sac fly. In comes Santiago Espinal, and the Jays expand their lead. It's now a 3-1 game. You don't need to take pitches, look for the perfect pitch to hit, because then you can roll over into a ground ball or strike out, right? Go up there, look at it hit, and he did, and he got the run home. Great job from George Springer to get the sac fly. Up comes Bo Bichette, and he gets behind in the count, had 2 strikes on him, and then pokes the ball in the left field for a base hit. In comes Alejandro Kirk. In comes Kevin Gausman, and the Blue Jays extend their lead. Is now a 5-1 game. Bo Bichette with a clutch knock. The Jays get a 2-run single. We're feeling great about things. Nick Pivetta is not finding the strike zone, but the Jays are making him pay, but they're not being overly aggressive. It is beautiful to watch, and the boys are up 5-1 after 2 innings. Now the question after that, though, all right, Barrios had been sitting for a little while in that inning. Pivetta threw over 40 pitches in that inning. So the question is, what is Barrios going to come out and do now? Because clearly the Red Sox had the plan of, hey, first pitch fastball, we'll go up there and look it, and we'll crush it. And they weren't. But for Jose Barrios, you know you had to change that. And he did. He started throwing a lot more off speed. And it was dynamite. Didn't allow anything the rest of his outing. 5 shutout innings after that. Then in the top half of the 7th inning, Santiago Espinal, it's a sacrifice fly. Beautiful stuff there. In comes Gurriel. Not trying to do too much. You get the extra run. You're up 6-1 over the Red Sox. And the bullpen did a remarkable job finishing this game off. And the Blue Jays win it 6-1. But before we go into the stats about the pitchers and the hitters and whatnot and previewing tomorrow's game, George Springer leaves the game after getting hit in the forearm. The good news, the great news, X-rays are negative. So now it's kind of that wait and see game to see how he feels tomorrow, right? Is there a massive bump there? Will he be able to play tomorrow? If he's not, this outfield might look a little interesting. You might have to put Biggio in right, Tapia in center, Gurriel in left, and then form your outfield accordingly. I mean, you might have to, well, no, it'd still be the same. You have Espinal at second, Vladdy at first. You'd have Bo at short, Chapman at third, Collins behind the dish. Oh my God, if the starting line looks like that and Springer's not playing, just call me Charlie. Anyways, guys, let's get back to the stats. So, pitching-wise, Jose Barrios was phenomenal. As I said, he was outstanding as the game went along. 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, the 1 run, struck out 6, and only walked 1. Much better outing for Jose Barrios. Barrios, easily the best outing of the season for him. Tim Mason went 2/3 inning, allowed a couple hits in his outing, but nothing else doing there. Yeah, he had 2 on and 2 out. They end up bringing Trevor Richards in, and he shuts the door, and then goes another inning. Went an inning in the 3rd, no hits, no walks, couple strikeouts. He was dominant. And Julian Merriweather went out there, and 1 inning, no hits, no walks, and a strikeout for him. So he was great in his inning of work. The bullpen did a job, and you didn't have to use Romano. Great. You didn't have to use Simber. No Jimmy Garcia. Good stuff by the Jays today. And Vladdy, we'll get to the offense now. Vladdy went 0 for 2 in the game with a couple strikeouts, but he walked 3 times. Hey, he was really not in swing mode today. That's fine. You're going to put him on base. That's fine. Just keep going, move the lineup through. And with Gurriel batting after him, he was 2 for 5 with a run scored in the game. So it was a great job from him. And Alejandro Kirk, guys, starting to swing the bat a little bit. You could tell with his first AB, I think it was, where he punched the ball in the right field on the line for a base hit. I'm like, ooh, and Kirk smacking it the other way. That's when he's starting to feel good. He was 2 for 3, scored the 1 run, and walked once in the game. So he got on base 3 of the 4 times he came to the plate. So really nice night at the office for Alejandro Kirk. And obviously with Zach Collins being back in the lineup, maybe he'll DH because he's feeling it right now, which would be interesting. 9 hits total for the Blue Jays, 11 strikeouts, which ain't the greatest. But you got the 9 hits, you got the 6 runs. We had 1 run on 8 hits yesterday. You had 9 hits and 6 runs today. So a much better offensive performance today for the Toronto Blue Jays, and they got it done. All right? Now, pitching matchup for tomorrow, it's going to be an interesting one because, you know, Tanner Houck hasn't had the greatest season. I think, 1 or 2 starts haven't been the greatest. But if you're a Jays fan and a hardcore Jays fan at that, you know that Tanner Houck against Toronto Blue Jays has been pretty damn good in his young career. Kevin Gausman gets the ball for the Blue Jays. An afternoon game in the finale on Thursday, 1:35 first pitch there at Fenway as the Jays look to find a way to win that series. We talked about it in the last video. Yeah, you won game 1, but you still have a chance to win the series, right? You still have and especially against a divisional opponent with this crazy stretch the Jays are about to embark on, or they've already started it now. With that 16-game stretch where you're playing some incredible teams, if you can find a way to win that first series on the road, it's a statement, right? So let's see what happens tomorrow afternoon. Tanner Houck, Kevin Gausman is the pitching matchup, right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the game tonight because you were so sad about the Raptors game, so you had to just pump yourself with Jays stuff, smack the like button. Do appreciate that because that's the way I was. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, the Leafs edition, tomorrow night as they're in Tampa taking on the Lightning. Maybe a round 1 preview. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out, though, in Tampa at Amalie Arena, 8 p.m. puck drop there. As for the Toronto Raptors, Game 4 does go on Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. tip-off there as the Raptors look to just fend off elimination and just play another game. That's really the mindset they have to have going into that Game 4 at Scotiabank Arena on Saturday at 2 o'clock. All right. And as for the Toronto Blue Jays, the finale of the 3-game set at Fenway goes tomorrow afternoon, 1:35 first pitch there. Tanner Houck gets the ball for the Red Sox. Kevin Gausman gets the ball for the Jays. All right. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.